Hi there, it's me, Leann Schmidt with artkids.com, leannschmidt.com, and if you're local in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, chartierscreekcreative.com. So today we are doing one of my most favorite ever art kits. This is called the Magic Mirror, and it's just a super cool thing, and even if you're not an artist, it doesn't matter, it's just a really cool thing to do. Your kit may come with one of 3 or 4 different frame colors. They're kind of random, and the designs are a little bit different, but the concept is the same for everybody. So and I want to tell you too that there was no possible way I could figure out everybody's decor, so there is a point in this process where if you want to change your frame color, I recommend just getting a can of spray paint with primer in it. It costs like $5 or $6, and you can spray paint it to match whatever decor you have. You know, if you have coral or red or purple or whatever you want to do, you can change this. I do like the satin look. I like the metallic look, but the white is very angelic. The black is a little goth. So it just depends on what you like and what you want to do. For me, I'm going to show you a few of these. So here's one with the silver. I actually took everything out of this one. I just wanted to show it to you. Here's one with the white, and here's one with the black. Okay, so you're going to start with a basic frame, and the concept is that you are going to turn the actual mirror into a work of art that is it is visible, but it's not obvious. So many people might walk past your mirror and not even realize that you have anything in it until you turn the light on. When you turn the light on, it's like a two-way mirror. You'll be able to see the light through the etchings, and that's what makes it so cool. So so your kit comes with a few different things. It comes with the mirror itself and the frame. And then it also comes with stencils and a piece of tracing paper. And then, well, we'll get into this in just a minute. And then in this very cool bookmark that you have, if you open this up, you'll see that you have what appears to be just a pen, a pencil, and lights. These are fairy lights. There's a battery that's already included, so you don't have to worry about that. But what makes this particularly cool, well, this pen, first of all, it's a regular pen. It does work. It writes. You can sign. It has measuring. It's not a lot, but you can get like 3 inches out of this, or I guess 7 centimeters. It's a stylus, so if you need something for any touchable device, you can use it for that. And then if you unscrew this, I'm going to screw this pen back in, you will discover that you have a double screwdriver. So on the one side it's a Phillips head, and on the other side it's a flathead. And there's a magnet in there to hold it in, so if you shake it, it probably won't come out. I mean, unless you shake it really hard, and then it might. But there's no warranty here, so don't do that especially not around your class. So there's that. There's also a pencil, which I usually try to avoid these kinds of tools because a lot of people who subscribe to my kits aren't necessarily artists, and they're uncomfortable with the concept that they might have to draw a straight line, even though there are no straight lines here. But in this case, we will be using the pencil with tracing paper. Well, unless you want to draw freehand, which you can do too. And so the concept here is that you will take one of these drawings, or a drawing of your own, or a sketch of your own, whichever, you have complete control here. But I did include 6 designs that you are welcome to emulate however you like. These are elephants. This is like, it's like a really loving kind of like mother-baby elephant. This is actually taken from one of my paintings that I did several years ago, and I just thought it was really cool. And then this one here is giraffes, also a mother-child kind of situation. And this one is a little bit more complex and will definitely take more time to do. But if you like giraffes and you feel like you have the patience and or skill set, I say go for it. I wanted to include something that was challenging for my more advanced artists or people who have patience, because this kind of design will take time. Okay, and then this design is really sweet. This is the Bumblebee and Butterfly with a flower. And all of these are designed to fit your mirror. Well, we all have about the same size mirror, so even though we have different frames and different colors, you know, they will all fit. And then this one here is the sunflower. The dots on the center can take a little bit of time to etch into the glass, but it's a really pretty effect. This is a design I created when I was doodling in grade school, and it just stuck with me, and I always liked it, and I have adapted it to a lot of different ideas. But it fits great in the mirror, and you can use it here. And this is just something cool I thought would be fun to do, would be to have like this road, like, so your mirror gets turned on and suddenly you're looking kind of into the future, you know, like where are you going kind of thing. So that was my rationale behind this. I just thought it was super cool and I wanted to try it. And that is ultimately what I did. So I decided to go with the road just because I thought it would be really fun and different. And so to do that, we will need to break open our tracing paper. And I will tell you, honestly, this is the first time in my life I've ever used tracing paper. I wasn't even sure how to use it, so I had to look it up on YouTube. But I feel like I have mastered it enough to teach you. It's actually super simple. All you do is you put it over with any design that you like. And this one here might be really clear for you to see. And voila, the design is under it. And then all you do is you come in with your pencil and you literally just trace over all the lines that you see. And you do it really kind of dark, because when you're done with that, you're going to flip it over on the mirror back and rub it in, and then that'll basically be your guide for etching. So that's how that will work together. So I did that, and I will show you what I did. So I did really like this one. I like the concept of it. So I came in, and I'm going to do it again just so that you can see. I recorded this earlier, and well, I didn't record it. I just did it. Thought I was recording it. It's one of those brutal experiences. So anyway, so I'm going to come back in, and I'm going to darken the whole thing all over again. Pretty done, but so you'll take the back of your mirror and you'll flip this around onto the mirror itself. Okay. If I want to do that, I might as well just do that. Okay. And you want to kind of center the mirror, you know, and get the section that you like, how you like it. It doesn't have to be perfect. I mean, I kind of like the concept of centering on this one, even though, here we go. Now, this one I've already etched this, but I just wanted to show you that this is all you do when you place it on here. Then your next step, I'm going to take this off so you can see this process actually happen. And I see I'm still recording, so that's a good sign. So then what you do is you take one of your blocks, okay? Just one of the blocks that comes in here. And you're going to gently but firmly go across. And this is what helps transfer the pencil from the transfer paper to the back of the mirror, or the back of, you know, like, or any other paper that you're tracing on. Again, this is my first experience with tracing paper. I've just never had occasion to use it before, but it really does help. And you really want to make sure that you're pressing firmly and you're rubbing, you know, solid. And you may need to do this for a little while. You may, I mean, this is going to just happen in 2 seconds. I think on, you know, like regular paper, it might, but on the back of the mirror, it does take, like, you need to go everything a couple times. Now you can take this down, that's probably not a bad idea. And then you want to just check to see if you're getting a nice transfer. Now I am, but I'm noticing that it's a little bit light on the light poles. So this might be an area where I didn't draw very dark. So that's something else I might need to come back in and do. And you can do that, it's okay. Yeah, I think that did happen. So I'm just going to come back in and darken that up a little bit. You can also just come back in and actually, if you're comfortable with this, you can come back in and hand sketch it. Oh wait, it's this side. I like the light poles in here just because it shows distance and perspective, and I don't know, I just think that's cool. So coming back in over, I don't really recommend that you do this. There we go, that's better. Okay. I think I had already transferred most of this. So the next step, you would be with your mirror at this point. And so the next step is to put your mirror on a flat spot. So you're going to, first, you're going to unscrew your mirror. with your Phillips head. So after you do this, the back will just pop off and you'll have this, you know, backing, and you set that aside, and then you'll have this section here. I don't want to go over this because this will probably be somebody's mirror. But you would then take this out like so, and then you would place this over top of it, and you would use this, you know, to come in and, you know, etch over, you know, like just to go over all the lines. And then once you have lines that you can see, then you're going to go ahead and lift this off and set it aside. You can keep it, frame it, toss it, whatever works for you. And then you're going to come in and you're going to swap your tool from the Phillips head, where you were just unscrewing the back screws, to the flat head. And the reason for this is because you're going to use your flat head to actually etch out the lines. So you're going to come in where you drew the lines, and you're going to very slowly take your time. If you feel like your lines aren't dark enough that you can't see them, you can always come back in and go over them, you know, freehand, or you know, just darken them again and you know, come back in and rub over it. And if that turns into a mess, you can always erase. So see, look. So I said hello, and now I say goodbye. So the eraser on your pencils work. These are newer pencils, so the erasers are good. So if you, you know, draw a wrong line or whatever, it's no sweat. Or, you know, like if it gets kind of muddy because of the pencil, you know, you can erase it so that it doesn't confuse you or make, you know, you can do that. And then when you come in to etch, you want to get nice clean lines, and you want to take your time. You don't draw the whole line in one stroke. You come in and it's actually multiple strokes. And you want to press just hard enough to get the white backing off, but not so hard that you're going through the glass. And I recommend that you actually start not on the very edge, but like on the inside, you know, like right, you know, like near the edge, but just not on the edge. And then you're just going to slowly etch this away. Now, even though this is ultimately a curved line, I'm doing it in very short, like spurts, you know, like it's not, and it really won't matter. So after you get all your lines done, which I pretty much already have, now I'm just cleaning it up a little bit. Okay, so once you do this, you want to check it before you put it back on. And the way that I do this and recommend that you do it is just to use your phone. Let's try this. So you can see that this is actually etched in there. See, I have all the lines, and it looks pretty good. So I'm going to go with it. And so your next step is going to be to break open your fairy lights. And you'll need to, there's a little tab here. You'll need to pull that out. There are actually 2 batteries inside, and there is a flip switch. So, yeah, I recommend pulling this out now. I have already done this. So once you do that, then your next step is to take your wire, spread it out. Now you don't have to use tape on this, but I just use masking tape. It is wire, so it'll pretty much stay once you get it down, but it's nice to have. And also you want to set up your switch to the outside so that you can reach it. So now here's another test. I'll turn this off this time so you can see. So now, let's see. Can you see that? So I will set this in. Gently. Okay, so now it's in there nice and snug. And then I'm going to turn this over. And there is a method to the madness when you are doing these screws. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that. Okay, so you have 4 screws, and then you have these 2 special, I'm sorry, four wood blocks, and then you have these 2 special wood blocks. And I recommend that you start with the special wood blocks. And what you're going to do, you're going to start by attaching the hangers to the sides. So the rounded part is the top, and you just, I'm going to set this aside, and all you do is you put this on top. It doesn't matter which side, because it can swing to either side. Okay, so once you have that in, you want to switch your screwdriver back to the Phillips head, and you want to just tighten this up. And you want to make sure that this is on, you know, like this will stay up, and you want to just tighten it down. And it's okay if it's not super tight. It doesn't have to be. It just has to be tight enough. And this is, you know, this is tight enough. It's still movable, but that's perfect. Okay, and then you're going to do the same thing on the other side and screw it in. And this is all you're going to do with the picture hanger stuff for now. But these are important to have separated because they're the only 2 that have those side holes already pre-drilled. Your next step is going to be to align these with those holes. Now your hardware is in here. It's in a little baggie. What you're going to do is you're going to ultimately kind of drop the screw, oops, into this. You don't have to screw it in. It's really just to reinforce it. So just do, you know, like a light turn, just so long as it's in. And you're going to come over here and do the same thing. So your picture hanger is on the outside. Okay, again, this is you just want to make sure that you get it into the screw, you know, like into the pre-drilled hole in the actual frame. screw it in so that it's attached. So it's attached, it's loose, but it's attached. And then you're going to come around and do the same thing with the rest of these. You know, you don't have to drill through the hole, or you know, like you don't have to do that. You just have to drop it in. And then just tighten it a tiny bit, not too much because you still need a little wiggle room for the other ones. See, I have my switch here, so that's good. So you have to come in like this. And then your last step will be to take your wire and dangle it, unwind it. Okay. And then you would have put it in through the inside, and you're just going to twist it around and come back in at least once and repeat the twisting. Then you're going to come to the other side and do the same thing. You want to tighten it up a little bit here. You don't want it too saggy. And then bring it back through again. And then twist the wire again. This wire broke up a little bit, but that's okay. Alright, so you would do this a little more tight than what I'm doing it here. Okay. You can clip this off if you want, or you can just keep winding it around. Okay, so now your back is on, and let's take a look at the finished product. Flip it on, and here we have it. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see. Now, one thing that I considered later is if you don't want any light showing through the back at all, you know, except for your piece, you can put a piece of fabric or even electrical tape around that. It's entirely up to you, but I love it. Okay, that's a wrap. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next video.